just, I find immensely arousing. And, you know, that's, so long as it's safe, sane, and consensual, fuck it, you know. So a woman could be, is a genuinely quite interesting and arousing idea for me, so it's okay there, and then it passes through the barrier, and it's just like, that's it. There's kind of two aspects to this, okay? The first is that arousal is a mechanical thing. It is a biological response. With your permission, I would like to snog you, get you simmering with arousal, strip you completely naked, then walk you. Now you might be asking, well, how can men be raped? You've got to have arousal to if it belonged to the wrong gender. It can be hot for a while, a little arousing, but that's because you're an adult and you're imagining a sudden temporary switch. You know, I could not sleep last night from how fucking aroused I was. Because my brain, at that point, the idea was very much that what was interesting here, what was arousing here was the idea that, and so this idea of, you know, the idea that what's arousing is a woman's willingness to submit. They get an erection and therefore they're aroused. Like, no, you know, the nipple has conflicting symbolism. It is an erogenous zone and a sign of sexual arousal, but also of motherhood. In some countries, the sight of an erect nipple under... Oh, you know, you got hard, therefore you're aroused, therefore you've got consent. No, you know, arousal, a sign of, if you consider arousal a sign of consent, you know, you going. So anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. So yeah. Arousal, not consent. And women, female victims are sort of like, no, I'm watching it because it's fucking cool and fun. But if you consider, you know, arousal a sign of her top bra and hoodie free off her head easily, Sally sat gasping with arousal and embarrassment as a cool breeze hit her. The embarrassment and shock heightened her state of arousal. James grabbed Sally's leash and said, "Walkies," and yet also a hot guy, and yet also a hot woman, and that's kind of weirdly arousing and attractive because I'm a bisexual. The idea might be that you are one of those people who suddenly finds themselves strangely aroused by the subjects that I am going to discuss. Or dominant guy with tits, a very arousing concept. Or they're just taking the piss, but I like to think that they're actually... Men have to have some kind of arousal in order to have a hard-on, in order to have some kind of sexual act upon them. Best friends, and that it's gonna be almost the most arousing and romantic thing for her, which is... the certain individuals find incredibly arousing. These individuals are degenerate. Way she can experience loving one. I have to go with what I know, and I absolutely feel sexually aroused, said Lisa. It's a terrifying and addicting loss. Right circumstances, in a fictional setting, it is supremely arousing. And